You are listening to The American Soundbite, a podcast that features common sense thoughts of an everyday American. This is the start of the most valuable 10 minutes of your day. So congratulations on joining us this Saturday morning. I really appreciate you being here. Hey, before we start this morning, I'd like to ask you to let your friends, your family workers, and your co-workers know that you start your day by listening to the American Soundbite. The way you do that, find that share button. Let them know on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is that you happen to use today, that you start your day by, getting your brain juices flowing here on the American Soundbite, and they would benefit from it as well. The more people that listen around you, the better your conversations at work or even at home are going to be. So you're going to benefit. It seems that in society today, everywhere you look, everywhere you go, every social media platform thing that you're on, and everywhere else, that practically everybody is talking about whether or not we should wear a mask, or whether or not we should go outside, or whether or not we should be in groups, and how much social distancing and everything else. The interesting thing is that when we're talking about it, when we're talking about whether or not we should be doing these things, we're not talking about what's smart or what we're choosing to do. People are saying, well, the governor is saying that it is or isn't safe to go out into a group, or the federal government says that we have to, the CDC is saying we have to wear a mask, or the CDC was saying before that we didn't have to wear a mask. And the World Health Organization actually currently is saying that we don't need a mask, but otherwise healthy people shouldn't be wearing masks. But the point is that we Americans, our point of reference, our point of conversation, our point of consideration is what the government told us is safe. Right now, sometime later today, President Trump is having an event in Oklahoma City or somewhere. And there was all kinds of news and discussion about, is it safe for people to get together in a arena and listen to the president talk? And is COVID going to spread? And this and that and the other. And what does the CDC say? And what does Fauci say? And you know what, people? We don't give a crap. This is America. You're an intelligent person. You have the ability to analyze levels of risk and prioritize your needs in your life. If you think that wearing a mask is going to save you from a virus, then by all means, wear a mask. If you think wearing a mask may limit your exposure somehow to catching a bug, then go for it. If you don't believe that a mask is going to stop a microscopic virus from getting through a piece of cloth and infecting you, then don't. The point is, you are an intelligent person. You are smart. God gave you a brain, and every day you analyze risk in your life. You make decisions on what's safe for you to do, what's appropriate for you to do in your own life, and what risks you're not worth taking. Every single day you do that. When you get out of bed, when you step into the shower, do you know that the shower is the place where most Americans die? Slipping and falling in a shower and dying. You walk up and down stairs. You drive a car. The number one place, by the way, overall, the single most incidents of causes of death. So the showers are the places of death. The number one cause of death is a car accident. You're more likely to die in a car accident than anything else in America, including COVID, by the way. But you make these decisions each and every day. Each and every day, you decide whether or not you're willing to accept certain risks. Some of these risks we've become desensitized to. We don't even think about them anymore. But the reality is that we're making that decision each and every day. You don't need government to tell you, oh my gosh, you better drive a car, or you better not drive a car, or you better eat your Wheaties. Because you're an intelligent person and you can make that decision. So why is it that everybody's conversation, everybody's thoughts, everything that's going on right now is centered around the fact that we need government to tell us whether it's safe to go outside? We need government to tell us whether we should wear a mask. We need government to tell us if we can go into businesses. We need government to blah, 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 blah. Plain and simple, we do not need government. Hear me again and read my lips. We do not need government to tell us how to live in America. In fact, if you look at our history, you will know that throughout our history, we, the American people, have always fought back against government telling us what to do, government telling us how to live our lives. We don't need you, governor or mayor or Congress or president, to tell us what we should or shouldn't do in our lives. We know there's risk. There's risk each and every day. And we can make decisions for ourselves on whether we're willing to accept a level of risk in our lives or if we want to live in a bubble. The reality of it is that we are smart, we are intelligent, we are capable, and we are free to make those decisions. What government thinks, what government recommends, what government, we know, especially in this instance, that they've been using flawed data, they've been lying, they've been making bad decisions, and they've been telling us incorrectly. Dr. Fauci came out this week and admitted that he personally lied to us because he said, oh, well, we knew early on that the use of masks were going to help people, but we told the American people that masks weren't needed because we didn't want them to hoard masks. We wanted those for the hospitals. Okay, now listen to that for a second. We knew early on that masks would help prevent people from catching the disease. But we told them the opposite. Don't wear a mask. You don't need a mask. Masks aren't going to help you. In fact, masks might hurt you, is what he said. This is government. They said don't wear masks, but we knew at the time that that was false information. We knew at the time that we were lying to you. We knew that masks should be worn, but we didn't want you to go and buy them. So we told you the opposite, okay? That is government. That is why we don't need to listen to government. That's why we shouldn't trust government, because they openly and knowingly lie when it suits their narrative, when it suits their objective, and then admit it as if there's going to be no recourse. Well, Dr. Fauci, government isn't allowed to lie to the people. And when you mislead the people, when you, well, probably by that, if masks really do work, cause more people to die, then you're accountable for that. Those deaths are on your hands. Now, there's a virus. We all know that. We all know it's going to kill people, just like the flu, just like, well, any other medical issue, right? People die from those. But if you're going to get involved, if you're going to put yourself in the middle of it, then you need to give us all the information so that we can make our own minds. We can make up our decisions. We don't need you to come to a conclusion, government, overall. Give us the information. Let us know what the data is. Give us the sources of the data. Give us even your assumptions as a result of the data. But that's as far as you go. We are a free society and we have our liberties. And we can take that information and we can make decisions on what's best in our lives. If you don't want to go into a stadium to, hear the president speak or see a sporting event or whatever, then don't go. If the sporting leagues or the teams decide it's not safe and they don't want to go, then don't hold the events. We don't need government to tell us what we can and can't do. That is not America. We live in a free society, a society that understands that freedom equals risk. And we have always been willing to accept a level of risk, a high level of risk, knowing that our freedom is more important than a little bit of implied security. We don't need that implied security. We don't want that security from government. What we want is our freedom. What we want is to make up our own minds. What we want is to live our own lives. And that is the America that we fought for. That was the America that we created. That was the America that we need to return to. You have been listening to The American Soundbite. This is a podcast that features common sense thoughts of an everyday American. We know this has been the most valuable 10 minutes of your Saturday morning, so congratulations on joining us. I'm certainly glad that you have been here for the conversation. Hey, before you go, if you liked the content, if you enjoyed what we talked about, and you like the format of the show, click that like button. Leave any comments that you want, whether it's positive or it's negative or it's criticism or it's just hate. Go ahead and type that in there and let's see it, because that's what helps me make a better program for you. While you're at it, find that share button. Let your friends, your family members, your coworkers know that they need to start their mornings by listening to The American Soundbite. It will help them be a more conversational person and, just better overall. Thanks a lot. I hope you have a great day, and God bless. And that, ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap of our program. For those of you that joined us on this early edition on a Saturday, I really appreciate it. We really need to think about what's more important. Having an implied level of security because government is telling us what to do, knowing that government lies and government makes bad decisions, and government, is government. Or do we want our freedom? Get the information, make your own decisions, live your own life, and forget about what government's doing or saying or whatever, because, they don't know what's best for you. You do. So hopefully that sparks some conversation. Hopefully that's something that strikes a nerve. And hopefully, one person at a time, starting with you, we can change the entire perception of, what's going on in America today.